So let's take a look at the Business Opportunity tab. This really culminates looking at how many marketing leads are current and targeted, enhancements that are possible for the sales team, process, objectives of the business from a sales goal perspective, and ultimately any of the account management and wallet share side of customer account management. So when we come into the business opportunity area, and we've already focused on laying out these different metrics in these areas here, they will carry over automatically to show a business impact. So the new leads, reps meeting goal, new hire, sales conversion overall, customer attrition, revenue share, all shown here. There is no turnover here because we have zeroed that out. So just to refresh, come back in here and look at the sales team. We said that's not a focal point. There's no turnover rate issue, so it's not a factor. Hence, it will not carry over here to be shown. So you can zero in really only on the areas that you want to focus on. Similarly, you can zero in on the various areas within the business assessment side, opening and closing these to view them as you like. And with those views, you have the opportunity to make the changes to further fine-tune those. So let's say I can improve these ratios down here. Notice what happens as you start to go up. I get some immediate large-scale benefits as I improve my sales conversion efficiency. Bring those back down. Again, any of these that you want to fine-tune, you can. You can bring that back down to 10%. And notice automatically you're going to get that change shown here. So all of these metrics are driven dynamically. Notice turnover level 0% to be determined. You can still leave that as such. And these other metrics you can move and scale accordingly. Similarly, if you want to look at attrition rates, can those be made lower? Or potentially you got to fine-tune those a little bit differently in the final analysis. And then revenue gain targets, if you could bump these up, what might they look like in each of the business units in this case? And then ultimately, the performance training programs that you entered in the configure panel over here, when you entered in these in the configure panel, these will automatically now carry forward as options for you here. Sales acumen, financial analysis, close contracts as examples. So these are areas where if you look at a customer that might have 150 current reps, adding 40 new reps, and maybe you want to put 150 through this course, another 100 through this, maybe 75 through this course. Maybe you come back, you fine-tune this one to 200, put some management team members through that. Whatever you want, you automatically get a carry forward of that ROI. So an immediate dynamic against the performance ROI for a 6-figure investment to deliver a 7-figure opportunity. Notice also we have a decision timing break-even button up here. When you press that, that's going to take a look at the delay. If there's a potential delay, this looks like an attractive number, but the client wants to put that off. Well, let's take a look at what their sales cycle might be. Let's say it's on average 90 days. Well, if they take a look at the delay and they're talking about moving that to the end of the year, you get a quick, immediate snapshot to what that would look like in terms of the cost of delay. And you're showing it against leads, process improvement, and account gain. Any of these metrics here that carry forward, you can see what those impacts are for that kind of delay. So there's a $9 million impact for waiting an additional 105 days beyond the sales cycle till the end of the year. That's significant. That can also be an area of discussion around why would we be waiting. Break even, similarly here, this takes a look at for a given sales margin of the business. What if you made these kinds of changes, what would it have to look like in terms of how many new customers for X number of sales reps, or how many customers per year for a given sales margin of the gross margin for the business. So very powerful metrics here to further move ahead that discussion around your training, your skill set enhancements, things that they can take advantage of here, because often, as we know, companies are going to focus on this number here, and they're going to take a look and wonder about that as a counter measure of that. And gee, well, what if we delay? Well, put those numbers on the table. And when you get to the opportunity focus in the other video clip, you're going to see we have a powerful factor to evaluate if they even discount this number. Is it still worth doing? Absolutely.